Hi, my dear children. Are you ready for the lesson today? Right. Today we are going to learn about models. Can you see? This is the topic models. Have you heard this word before? Okay, let's see. This is the first model that we are going to learn. Should and should not. We can call it should not. When we use in contraction form, we call it shouldn't. Right. Should and shouldn't, we use it to give advice or suggestions in English. Usually, we can use this model to give advice or can make a suggestion using this one. Here, you can see how to form a sentence using should. This is the structure. First, you have to write the subject, then the model, then the first form of verb or infinitive. After that, we can use simple sentences or advanced sentences using this model. Here, there are 3 examples. Look at the first one. Mary should see the doctor. Here, we have used should to give an advice. This is an advice. Second one, they should learn English at where'sjenny.com. Last one, he should do his hair cut. All these sentences have been written to give advices. In this picture, you can see the policeman says you should obey the traffic laws of this city. So, he gives an advice to the driver. Should is not as strong as must or have to. That means should is not that much powerful when we use must or have to. Consider these examples. You should stop smoking. It should be a good idea. This is my suggestion. That means this is a suggestion or an advice. Look at the first one. And the second one, you must stop smoking. It is necessary that you stop. You have to do it. That means you have to stop smoking. It is compulsory. It is not an advice. The negative of should is should not. The contraction or short form is often used with the negative, especially in spoken English. When we speak in English, we usually use contraction form. That means shouldn't. Look at the example. The mother told her child, you shouldn't eat too much candy or you will get sick. Here, mother advises her child not to eat too much candy. So, it is an advice. Then, you have to do this extra activity in your grammar book. Write about the people in the pictures using he or she shouldn't. You can see there are 4 pictures, so you have to make sentences using shouldn't and write them. Then we are going to learn two models, that those are must and have to. Here I have mentioned the differences between must and have to. First, look at the must. There are usages: express personal obligation, express what the speaker thinks is necessary, express subjective obligation. There are two examples. You must work hard. All passengers must wear seat belts. So these are the examples when we use must. Now look at have to. There are usages: express impersonal obligation. The subject is obliged or forced to act by a separate external power. For example, the law or school rules. Express objective obligation. And there are also two examples. I have to leave early today. You will have to pay for the excess. These are the examples that we can use have to. This is the negative form. First, mustn't or else must not. Usages: it is prohibited. It is not allowed. It is important that you do not do something. The prohibition can be subjective. That means the speaker's opinion, or objective. Examples: children mustn't talk to strangers. Cars mustn't park in front of the entrance. So, when we use mustn't, that means it is prohibited. That means you can't do it. Then don't have to. Usages are: there is no obligation. You are not required to do something, especially if you don't want to. That means if you don't want, you cannot do it. It doesn't matter. Examples: you don't have to make excuses for her. You don't have to whisper, no one can hear us. These are the examples. This is the summary of these two models. Must means personal duties and mustn't means prohibited. That means it is not allowed. Then have to means obligations to help others. Don't have to means not necessary. This is the first extra activity. You have to complete the given sentences using must or mustn't. Then you have to complete these sentences using have to or has to. Now you have to do pupils book activities. So take out your pupils book and turn to page number 20. There you can see the learning points. Read these points. This is the summary of the lesson. Then after, do activity 2.5, 2.6 and 2.7 in your grammar book. After that, do this workbook activity in your page number 14 in the workbook itself. And this is the end of the lesson. Thank you, children, and goodbye.